It's a little dead meme.
That water was spicy.
Are you still drinking that fucking spicy mango lemonade or whatever the fuck it is?
No, I'm not drinking that shit. I really want to finish it because I spent money on it, but like that shit is fucking
spicy drinks piss me off so much. Dude, I won a radio station contest.
Of course you did.
Like, it was like, oh, hey, you get a free drink, you'll be qualified to get a VIP table. I didn't get the VIP. But the radio station guy, Huff, he's like, I got a new beer. Come down to this brewery. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try this dude's new beer. It's fucking mango jalapeno. It was so fucking disgusting. It pissed me off. Where I'm like, mango in a beer is good because there's like mango cart. There's a lot of wheat ales and stuff that have like citrus.
Yeah, 100%.
This piece of shit's like, you know what? I think we need to put some jalapeno in some fucking beer. And
was that nigga Mexican?
No, he was the whitest piece of. Of course, a Mexican would never do that. Like,
dude, Mexicans love spicy, sweet shit.
No, but see, what they like to do is put in like some tahini. They like to put in like the clamato or something. That's just
that shit is disgusting.
I don't like it either. But it ain't fucking just straight up putting a goddamn chili pepper just dunking it in there and be like, enjoy it.
This mango nectar with a fucking chili in it. That is crazy.
It's disgusting, bro. Like, there was nothing refreshing about that. I was so mad that I'm like, I can't believe I drove down here. I mean, I got some free shit, but still. Goddamn.
It's why I'm so innately offended at the notion that Caribbeans and Mexicans are even close to the same thing, because that to me it's like that is the whole spicy sweet shit is so fucking degenerate. I hate it.
Dude,
you're all fucking freaks, all of you.
We're similar. We're not the same. There's similarities, you know.
If I were to build a wall, that would be the reason. It would be it would be to keep that spicy sweet shit the fuck away from me.
Let's
and out of this great country of ours, you know?
And out of this great country of ours.
This great country.
I'm incarcerated.
I am in prison. I guess, I don't know, man. Trump got indicted. I don't know what the fuck that even means anymore. Because it's... I feel like he's been indicted like 40 times, like, and it doesn't seem to matter. So, like, what the fuck do I care?
The funny thing is, you're like not even exaggerating, dude.
No, I'm
close to 40 or something.
It's like a lot. It's more than you would assume outside of like a parody reality. You know, like it's surprising. And
you know what's been great?
That happened.
You know what's been great?
Yeah,
seeing his defenders, like the what do you call it? The pundits. Trying to somehow defend him. Yeah. That's actually been very entertaining. I've seen little clips here and there. They're like, it's because, like, what do you do when somebody's got that many charges? You're like, how the fuck do I say this?
It must be so weird being like an adult human being and having to run defense for some random guy who's like very powerful who clearly doesn't care about you. You know what I mean?
Doesn't give an nth of a fuck about you, dog.
Like
That's
what
great.
Why would, if you are simping for like somebody who's going into, like, I don't understand. Like, I would never in a million years. I remember, because some people, like, I would tweet about Trump sometimes. I would like make fun of him.
Yeah.
And then they would be like, you wouldn't say this about Biden. It's like, are you kidding? Biden is like barely sentient. He's like a walking skeleton. What are you talking about? Like,
Joe Biden's a Draugr with his skin on, bro.
Joe Biden's like Windows XP in like a person. Like today,
if he kept using Windows XP.
I'm saying that nigga's Vista, man. He's Vista.
Vista is even worse somehow. So that is true. But no, it must be so weird to like feel this weird, like almost like this burning desire in your heart to like run defense for these people, and it must be so awkward when they get fucking arrested I don't know.
It's just
crazy.
All I've seen is, and you know what it is. It's the deep state are coming after him. It's the deep state, and I'm like, bro,
it's the shallowest state. It's the shallowest state.
Literally, you know what would happen if Trump literally got on his fucking hands and knees like a feral Wolverine and started just tearing somebody to pieces. And then, like, just completely, everyone's like, holy shit. They would still somehow be like, they gave him a Wolverine serum. And he didn't act. They would somehow try to justify it. That's how weird it's just gotten. I'm like, bro, this nigga's going to prison.
If he got on his hands and knees and turned into a feral beast, they'd be like, yeah, this is what we need. We need more of this.
Yeah, you just start tearing apart like Kamala Harris fucking
just straight up attack
I get it.
them.
You know what's crazy though? Like, I understand on something like from his. Like, if I were him, I would be having so much fun with that. So, like, I do, like, if I was President Trump and I understood that I had, like, this crazy audience that was, like, with me until death, and I knew for some reason that I was going to die in, like, a week, I would do a press conference and, like, pull out a gun and start moving my hand as if it's independent and be like, they're telekinesising me. I'm not doing this. It's not me. And then I would die. And then I would shoot myself in the head and die. And then just to know that the world that I leave behind would be so fucked up.
Finally,
there would be
so
many people. Yeah,
the Civil War that they finally want would show up.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Like, they got telekinesis. They got psycho mantis shit. We gotta fight, dude. For real, like I would
so heavily alter the state of the world. Somebody plug it into the
second controller port. Help me. Help me.
Somebody read the back of the case, dude. It's so nuts. Like how simple it would be to really get something like that done. I love it. Just because people are willing to just, because first of all, why would a person do that? Like it's already like believable that something's wrong. So like,
right.
I just love the idea of somebody just misleading an entire nation in death purely for the entertainment value of it.
I would have no quarrels.
No.
I mean, I would have no quarrels at that point. Like right now, I'm still a little annoyed, but if he just turned it up, because it is kind of fun. I watch a little bit, and I don't know how you could just say things like, I did everything right, and they indicted me.
And I'm like, it's such a good delivery, dude.
And I'm like,
why doesn't
I don't know. Like,
I wish he would just be a funny person. I wish he would just do that because that delivery was so damn funny.
I don't think he's funny. Like I understand what you're saying, but in my mind, I'm like, I did everything wrong, and they
indicted me. They indicted me.
He reminds me of like a Disney villain that's supposed to be kooky, but is just fucking dumb. And it's like I can't get a laugh out of him. Like, this guy's because I feel like all he does is just make idiots feel bold, more bold idiots. It's like this is not funny. This is dangerous.
He does that too. Sure, but
he does that too.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him slip up and say Obama? And he says it in the Obama. Like, how could you not?
It's also when he's like when he's talking about. Do you remember when he's talking about Puerto Rico? And he's like, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Like, what the fuck even is that? Shit? It's crazy because I don't like. What's nuts about it is that like I don't think he's trying to be funny.
That's you know what I mean? Like, that's why it is funny.
I think it's just it would be different if it's like it's almost like Tommy Wiseau with The Room. If you've ever seen The Room, where it's like this is a dude trying to make a genuine movie, about something that he is experiencing or like some deep thing. He wrote it, he produced it, he did everything for it. It's a personal story to him, and it's a laughing stock. But then when he became self-aware and he started making like shitty movies on purpose, nobody cares about those.
Yeah, like that's
nobody gives a shit. Go away.
Shoo.
That's what he is. He's like
leave Malboja.
Yeah, and there are some people who still like watch Tommy Wiseau movies and they have a good time with it. Like fair enough, whatever. But like that's this with Trump now, where it's like he's not trying to be like he's trying to be genuinely like a voice of people. You know, he's trying to be a voice for like a generator or like an undercut, and it's so funny that he thinks like
he's doing such a bad job too. But since the people that follow him, Obama, I love it so much.
I think he's fucking. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just different. I guess I'm just dumb.
No, look, you're not. Look,
no, it's just one. I just think it's funny.
You have not ascended to the level of the comedian from Watchmen. The comedian from Watchmen is perfect because at a certain point,
wait, Derek, wait, a moment.
What?
Please clarify what aspect of the comedian is perfect.
Can I say something?
I've never seen a terrible. He's a terrible person.
Hold on.
So you didn't let me finish.
I want to say something. I want to say something before Derek. I've never seen Watchmen. But from what I've heard, the comedian seems like a great person, and I would love to, like, if I could emulate even a fraction of what he's capable of, I would feel very proud of myself.
I feel like
I've never seen the movie, though.
Facts, big facts.
Comedian is the only character in that series that I think is like almost irreparably bad.
So the comedian.
Never mind.
The comedian is. So what I was gonna say is the comedian is a perfect representation of how people feel when you're when you figure everything out, you become so jaded. Everything is just a fucking joke to you now because you see where things are headed. And basically in Watchmen, in the graphic novel, in the movie too, whatever, he figures out before anyone else what the hell, and I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read or seen it. Yeah, I'm just saying it's so good that I wouldn't want to spoil it.
He figures out the two main things.
The master plot of the antagonist, blah blah blah. But at a certain point, you when you become so like self-aware of what's going on, you're like, this is everything around me that's going on is kind of fake, and this is a fucking joke. It is manufactured, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I feel like when you kind of pay attention to what the hell is going on with seeing Trump fail like upwards, seeing him fucking screw up so badly, store secret files in a fucking bathroom, super ultra classified files, just in a. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Like, have you ever seen something that is so insanely top secret that is just in a bathroom?
Where was he born?
Dude, that was the inception of Trump. If you want to know, so look at in wrestling lore in the WWF, there was always Vince McMahon, right? The guy who was the owner, but then there was the birth of Mr. McMahon, which was after he screwed over this guy named oh my god,
his villain era. I remember that.
Wait, what's his? Oh my god, the Canadian guy. Bret Hart, sorry. He screwed over Bret Hart. Long story short, he screwed him over. No, it's a thing called the Montreal screw job. He was supposed to win. They screwed him over in Montreal. It was fucked up.
Okay.
So the whole point is, once he screwed him over on the fly, he then he personified a villain called Mr. McMahon, and that's essentially when Trump started doing this fucking Fox News show and started talking about Obama's birth certificate. That's when because that Trump didn't exist before then. And the weird thing that you hear now is that's the inception.
Yeah, 100%. 2012 was like the pilot. Or like 2011 was like the pilot.
Where's the birth certificate? He's born in Muslimville.
You know what's crazy? You know what's wild? That is exactly the character of Donald Trump. Like, he was always a character. He's always been a character, socialite, piece of shit guy. But
sure.
The character that he is now, the one that motherfucking people will go and they'll fight for and ride for, was born at that period of time. That's when this version of him became created.
Yeah, how can we do that? How can we get that? I
think Chris tweeted it. It was like some person that was like, imagine making it your whole life and your whole personality, wearing the flags, indoctrinating the kids and all that stuff, and the sheer obliviousness of these people that this guy is patronizing you to your face.
That's awesome.
They're like, imagine having these kids wear these flags and put on these clothes that exemplify these ideals. Meanwhile,
are you talking?
It's so
you're
disgusting.
Talking about,
and there's these little MAGA dripped out kids right next to them holding these "Make America Great" flags.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
That was the thing on.
No one's this dumb.
That was the thing on TikTok that I shared. It was like an interview show where this dude just kind of ran around a MAGA rally, and he's talking about how like he's basically pretending like he's on their side or whatever, and he's talking about like the gay, the trans flag or like all that stuff, LGBTQ stuff in schools or whatever. And they're like, isn't it crazy how they have kids with signs and all this like weird political shit? It's like just let kids be kids, and they're like, yeah, man. And then like they're standing right next to their kids, and their kids are dripped out in all this political shit that they clearly don't.
That's awesome.
So it's like it's a very awesome video, but I don't know, man. We do got to get it. We do have to figure out a way to patronize people in a way. I can't do it. I can't do it right now because I got banned from Twitter today. Or not banned. I got locked. I got my account locked, so I can't start immediately.
What'd you do?
Yeah, what the hell did you do?
I didn't do anything crazy. I tweeted at some guy. It's like so we'll probably move into this topic immediately because I do think it's like one of the bigger things that are happening. It's the whole XQC fucking streamer like React content shit that's going on. It's like
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So that's
it's
happening
resurfacing.
Right now, yeah, it's resurfacing. So, like, I tweeted yesterday something along the lines of, like, hey, it's wild that a lot of streamers think that they're entitled to just steal other people's, content and not transform it in any way. It's, we used to make fun of this, and for some reason, it's just become the meta now. It's weird. And some guy was, like, in my comments, like, IP doesn't exist. IP's not real. And anybody, it was like some libertarian dude. It's like, IP's not real.
Of course.
And you can, anybody.
Because this fucking
anybody can go
state law having ass nigga go say dumb shit like.
And it's like anybody can take whatever the fuck they want. And I replied to him. I said, I believe you should kill yourself with a gun. And that was all I said. But because I really,
the I believe part makes it so genuine. It makes it almost like a Christmas story.
Yeah, brother.
where it's like I believe you should die.
I am just kind of at a point where I just no longer really care that much. I believed it. It's like you're a stupid person, and I'm simply sharing my beliefs.
It's getting really hard.
Taxation is theft.
Because
you should be able to have sex with a fetus. Intellectual property don't exist. Yeah, boy.
I think. Well, here's the thing, though. The thing about it is, like, listen, I don't think I did anything wrong because I was sharing an opinion. I wasn't telling this guy to kill himself with a gun. I was simply saying that I believe he should, which I think is totally fair. It's free speech.
Lawyering right there.
This is exactly like if we're supposed to live in a society where people are free to share their beliefs. I don't understand why I'm being persecuted for this. But
you are making fun of death and/or suicide, which is funny sometimes.
I'm not making fun.
Not always.
Not making fun. This is a sincere belief that I hold. Okay. Yeah. I believe that person.
Okay.
It's not a command. It's just
not a command. It's just
command word. Command word. Kill yourself. That's a D&D spell. Command word. Kill yourself.
Yeah,
dude.
You use command. You tell person to jump off bridge. Command.
Can I just say that it is weird that whole. Like, I feel like it really wasn't even that long ago that, like, React content was, like, really just bottom of the barrel, like, objectively kind of, like, the shittiest stuff that you could do.
What's crazy is that all of a sudden in, like, 2018 or 19, a bunch of black people started doing React videos. Like, every black person with, like, their cousin or something like that was like, let's do React videos and then have funny vernacular.
Oh, yeah, do you remember that?
Black
folk. Do you remember that specifically? Do you remember that specifically with, like, those videos that were, like, listening to Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time? It's like, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no fucking way. You're 42.
That might not be.
So here's the thing. That might
not be the first time they listened. They've heard it, but the first time they listened to it.
Here's the thing with niggas that I admire. This is the thing that I admire with niggas right here. So they figured out, because niggas are always about getting that quick buck and hustling. I love it.
We gotta chill. You gotta wait. Whoa.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying nothing.
First and foremost, I'm gonna this moment to separate myself. I am technically.
Yeah, you please go. You go sit in the corner with your white buddies. I'm gonna go speak on behalf of niggas that actually will attest to this and tell you how to make fucking quick money and how to hustle.
First and foremost, I'm
stealing money. Do you remember that TikTok guy who's like, how to fuck your bitch, how to steal a dumb bitch, how to
steal a dumb bitch, how to make a fat bitch lose weight, how to get your bitch pregnant in 3 strokes. Like that guy. First of all, he had an index of real advice.
Yeah,
it was just labeled. It was just layered in ignorance.
How to Charmander a bitch.
So you had some brothers on YouTube that figured out that white people love watching the reactions of black people. That's why, like, there was that whole talk about digital blackface and shit like that, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah,
it's the same concept where they figured this out. They're like, all I have to do is just do what I do. Like, I'm not doing anything different. I'm just watching some dumb shit and reacting, and I'm making a shitload of money. And so they figured it out. And then so for a while, it was cool. Then, people started to step in and say, hey, this is bullshit. You're just stealing content, yada, yada. And then it went away for a while. And then it came back, but it came back differently in a quote unquote clever way. Like the way you said, listening to Bohemian Rhapsody the first time, which is, I always say, like, so the Megadeth drummer, I just saw this the other day. The Megadeth drummer said, hearing Mr. Brightside for the first time. And so there's a part of me that, and then in the video, it's authentically, he said, I've never, and then in the studio, the guys are behind the booth and they're like, no way. Like, he's even, I feel like he's acting. He's like, no, there's no way he's not heard this before. There's no way. And I'm just like, I believe you. There is no way you've never heard Mr. fucking Brightside before. Being like that entrenched in the music, you've never came across the fucking Killers, and so
literally inconceivable. I was having a conversation. I was having a conversation. Wait, hold on. Before I forget, I was having a conversation the other day with somebody I brought up Vanessa Carlton, and she was like, "Who?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Vanessa Carlton?" And I was like, I did the fight 1,000 miles, and he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "You've absolutely heard." 1,000 miles. She was like, "No, I've never heard it." I was like, "You're lying to yourself."
I think I know who you're talking about. But I'm just gonna. But what happens for me is this, right? I couldn't make that content because I'd be like listening to this for the first time, right? Even if I didn't know about it, I'd listen to part of it. I'm like, "No, I've heard this before. Sorry, guys. End the video." And I would just end the video right there. That would be an awesome.
Can I say something?
Because I wouldn't be able to lie about that for no reason.
I think that would be a great channel. Of just listening, listening to...
Some of them go through. Some of them I listen to the whole thing without knowing. But then there's some songs where I know it, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
No, I think the whole channel should be... You listen to the song for 10 seconds, and you're like, fuck, no, man, I heard this already. Sorry, guys. See you next time. And it's like 40,000 videos of that. It's like Buff Corell. You make like 2 million of these.
That'd be so good. That'd be so good.
The numbers are high.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Yo, so
I can't because it's like how do you this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
You may have never listened to I've never really listened to
what did you say? You've Prince. May have heard something in the background.
Really listened to Prince. I have definitely heard a lot of Prince's music before. I've never really listened to Prince.
No, you've never sat down and listened to it.
And listened to Prince, right?
That's semantics.
But I've heard a fuck ton of his music.
I've
heard it.
The label, usually you'll hear first time hearing, first time listening. I feel like I still think that most of those videos are fake. I see like some of the most popular songs that have been drilled everywhere, and people are saying first time hearing this. I don't believe them.
It's like suck my dick.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. When people I saw a really famous drummer saying like the first time listening to a Michael Jackson song, and I'm like, I don't believe that stuff at all. I know what they're doing.
First time hearing,
it's like Chris last week. It's like I've never watched an episode of fucking Law and Order. We were like, bro, that's impossible. That's
but you see,
you have to have seen it.
Hold on.
You could have not watched it, but you have definitely seen Law and Order Beyond.
But very quickly he realized
exactly. That's all
that is to this day the only episode of Law and Order I've ever seen.
Yes, Chris.
That's fair.
You've definitely, Chris. I want to tell you something very true. You might disagree with me. In your life, in passing, and walking into rooms, and waiting for shit to end, and for something else to come on, you've probably watched like maybe 10 hours of Law and Order.
I don't
just
think so.
In like
hours?
in
a lot.
pieces,
Can I say
because that show's on every channel. It plays for hours. It's so much Law and Order, dude.
Let me explain why that's not true. My family, for whatever reason, my dad loves like NCIS and all that shit, but like for whatever reason, straight up, Law and Order was never on that list. Like I have never. I was introduced to like the Law and Order meme, like the theme song, like bum bum, you know, like the fucking court thing. On like internet shit, and I had no idea what the fuck. It was just not a present thing. I guarantee you, I've seen more of like Days of Our Lives or like those like fucking soap operas. You know those. What is it? Oh my God, Kingston, you might know some of the Spanish ones that I can't remember.
Oh my
the names,
God, freaking Let me see. Which
you know what I mean?
remember.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I've seen. I am sure I've seen. Tens of dozens of hours of those shows, even though I've never sat down and watched them. But
right.
Law and Order is like a weird blind spot for me. I don't know. I was never into it, and my parents weren't into it either. I saw a lot of Judge Judy,
I think it's totally possible. Yeah, that's the daytime television. I think a lot of people have seen that just by proxy. I think it's totally reasonable that some people may have not seen some even popular shows. Music is a little more complicated, and you see the people that are doing. Right, so that's the whole thing.
I hate looking at these Spanish soap operas and not understanding almost knowing more of the words now because I speak Spanish way better now than I did when I was younger. But like freaking Yo Soy Betty La Fea, Ugly Betty, the fucking original one, which was just sort of racist because of course everyone in that cast was fair skinned, and then Betty was the only dark skinned curly haired Latina person there, and it was like,
hey.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna lose my Spanish.
Leave Ugly Betty alone.
Lo siento.
But yeah, fucking, I don't know, man. But like, dude, it shifted so quickly. I feel like because I feel like overnight it became like, oh, this is just what streamers are doing now. They're just reacting to things, and that's just expected. And I don't know what the fuck happened really, because that XQC shit is egregious. Like, because it's one thing, and maybe this is just my opinion. I don't mean to presume this on everybody else, but
break it down.
It's not necessarily a problem to sit and react to something like that on stream, right? Like whatever. That's like a live audience. It's like it's its own. I feel like it's its own unique experience. You get to interact with it. You have a chance to make an impact on the content. Like whatever, right? But if you're going to upload that to YouTube, at the very least, that should be like edited or like, you know, maybe highlighted.
It should be clipped. You should not upload. You should not upload reaction content.
Do you know what I mean?
Like from a stream. I don't agree with that.
Like uploading a 1 hour and 30-minute video in its entirety with 20 minutes of your reaction with no edits whatsoever. That's fucking egregious. Like, I am totally fine if, like, somebody wants to, like, react to, like, a video that I did that's, like, maybe, like, 20 minutes and they make, like, I don't know, they clip their reaction stream down to, like, the highlights or whatever. That's fine. Yeah. But, like, when it's just straight up, like, I think there was, like, 15 minutes of that XQC stream where he just played the video and walked away.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. And just let the video play. And it's like, dude, come on.
I've seen that a lot.
Like, let's say if there's a conversation in the content. Like if there's like a, I would hate to say debate because the word debate doesn't mean shit to me anymore. Now it's just yelling at each other and not telling the truth. But when it's like a conversation, like if you're doing a piece on like let's say disagreeing on the point of somebody else, right? And there's a conversation, right? If you upload the entire video of you constantly having content, it's transforming it literally because your input is transforming the content where it would still be the whole video. Like let's say Chris, you did one of your videos, right? And you were talking about, I don't know, the black bitch that you may go missing. If she made a video, right, and she was constantly talking to you or like disproving your point or arguing against your points, when you upload that, I think that's fine.
There's always going to be caveats to rules, right? Like if you are directly related to the content, I think you have full right to respond in however way you choose. Like I would never, if I'm making like a video about like Cat Black or something, and Cat Black reacts to it and uploads that to her channel, I would never be like, that's ridiculous. Like, that makes perfect sense. It's to do with her. Of course she would have something to say. But, like, taking, like, a documentary that some YouTuber made, like, of their own free will, and it's this, like, really highly edited, really, like, masterly crafted hour-and-a-half piece of, you know, video content, and then just playing that on stream and then walking away for 15 minutes of it is fucking ludicrous. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, of course. I think there's like a delicate way to handle this, as far as, because really the only big problem is
I think we need to kill streamers.
The biggest, yeah, definitely. No, like the biggest streamers that, you know how like creators lose. They lose views and stuff because the biggest streamers will take their content and everybody's just going to watch their reaction of it. I think that's the biggest thing. I always feel like if people would just delay the streams to let the original content creator get like as many views as they were going to get. Like, for example, so this band, like, I'll still do reactions to music, but number one, my shit's small as fuck, so it's not going to have any dent. My stuff is completely transformative, too, because I'm not just sitting there and not saying anything. Maybe mine are too long, too. I look at them, I was like, shit, my shit's fucking almost 16 minutes, and I'll look at somebody else's and it's only a few minute reaction. But anyway, I'll see, like, say, this band, Slaughter to Prevail, they just put out something new, and it hasn't hit, like, 1 million yet. It was, like, at 700,000, and I saw this one big streamer. He reacted to it, and it had, like, 300,000 views. And my problem is that guy's so big that a lot of people who normally would have watched the original music video just opted and watched dude react to it. So they lost, probably at least 100,000 views where they could have been closer to 1 million. So I feel like that kind of sucks in that. So I feel like maybe there can be more of a courtesy of just letting that shit kind of just a little bit. But, you know, I understand why they're trying to, strike while the iron's hot. I get it. I get the whole point of doing it as fast as possible. But it's just like courtesy shit, you know? Like trying to help out the person, because obviously, what would you be watching if it wasn't for the people making good content? So you kind of should respect them first.
Or just, dude, like at the very least, like if you're going to react to something, fucking be there for it. Like, it's really the playing shit while you're gone. That's crazy to me. Like
that's the wildest. Because
that's literally just.
There's no excusing.
It's just stealing. It's just straight up. There's nothing else. Because it's like I remember Hassan was like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Die?" It's like, no, fucking idiot. You just fucking you walk away and pause.
You can
People
pause,
are capable,
you piece of shit.
Like, but then my stream's not going to be entertaining when I'm not there. It's like, fucking so. What the fuck are you talking about? Like I have stepped away from my stream a number of times. People are just talking in the chat. Okay?
Right.
I don't have to like play other people's content to supplant them or like entertain them while I'm gone, because quite frankly, that's not my work to entertain them with. It's crazy to me that there's no this is just the last part of it, but like it's crazy to me that there's no basic ethical consideration for what is and is not yours in the streaming space. It's fucking weird, and it's why
streamers are bad people, bro. Don't you notice that?
They're fucking lazy. That's the biggest thing. They're fucking. Do you remember when there was the whole YouTuber versus Twitter thing? Which one was more difficult? Oh, sorry, Twitch versus YouTube. Which one was more difficult? I couldn't believe that was even a thing that happened.
It's crazy. It's so insane
that you would even entertain that shit. Fucking, I wonder.
You know what's crazy? For a long time, I thought that streaming would be an avenue that would eventually usurp a lot of the media on the traffic on YouTube, and then obviously because of the way that Amazon facilitated Twitch, it didn't, and Twitch is like on fire pretty much now. It's barely fucking doing anything anymore. Because you'd assume streaming is more interactive, more intimate, obviously, if it's done correctly. If you're not just getting up and leaving, and letting people just exist on content. Which I've definitely been like, hey guys, I'm gonna go pee, and I've played a video before, but the video I played was teaching people how to play a game. So it was just like, hey, here's how you play this game. I'm gonna go piss. I'll be right back while this thing is playing. Hopefully, you guys get the idea.
Well, you know what I do.
Which is still the same thing.
What I do is whenever I leave a stream and I'm going to be gone for a while, I'll play one of my videos, because That's mine. And you know what? Yeah. I bet a lot of these fucking streamers have a lot of stuff in their back catalog that they can easily, if they're going to be gone for a while, they can easily go back into their fucking archives and play something that they've done in the past.
That makes
you know what I mean?
Sense. That makes so much sense.
You know what I've seen a lot of people do, and what people used to do back in the day, from what I remember, people would just have a be right back, and then they would just play a little bit of music. It would just be like,
I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because especially if somebody, and a lot of people who are professional are very good at this, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll be back in, they have like a time.
Yeah.
So then all you can do is really just be like, oh, I'll fuck off for 5 minutes. I'm going to go do something else for 5 minutes, or I'll just leave it there for 5 minutes, whatever it is.
No,
kind of giving people the option.
If you fuck off for 5 minutes, then you click off the stream, and then you'll never come back. Because I'm not confident in my own ability to entertain. So I need you here constantly. I need you here forever. I'm going to steal this documentary.
It is like the worst fucking anxiety, dude. Of the of the new viewer. They're like, they'll be there for a moment, like, oh, this is entertaining. I'm gone, bye, and they're just instantly.
I think the insane. They're catering to the insane viewer. They're like the Vine people that they need entertainment. Immediately and constantly back to back, and then if it stops, they're like, they freak out.
Say what you want. Vine was fucking lit, bro. Vine was the best.
Vine sucked dick until I found a couple of creators I like Will Sasso. And
Vine was dope, man.
That guy that would scream at everybody. I always forget his name.
Will Sasso has my favorite Vine, I think, ever, and it's the one of him.
The one with the blood.
The colorblind. What is it? The guy who's like the guy. I forget what the setup to the joke was, but I think it was like
blood.
The colorblind guy finds out he has test or urethral cancer or something, and he's peeing blood into a toilet with such insanely high, the
force.
PSI is so ridiculous, and the narration
blowing it out,
and the narration is like, that's strange. My pee is a darker shade of gray than the lighter shade of gray it normally is, that fucking killed me when I saw it.
Yeah. But there was a bunch of funny Viners. The problem with Vine is like everything else is the people that got popular on it sucked. King Batch with him and his group of coonery, they just sent black people back like a dozen years. Bro, it's so funny. It's so funny how he just made content that was like, haha, black people do this, black people do that, and then white people just started being like, you're black, right? So you like this, and it's just like, do you not understand? Did you? How did you not know this? How did you not know that was going to happen, Batch?
King Batch was like millennial Tyler Perry in a lot of ways, where it's like, he really didn't have to do all the things that he did, but he did it anyway.
The sheer amount of coonery he created was crazy. It was funny. Afterwards, he did All Lives Matter, because him and his fucking group are stupid. So they did the All Lives Matter thing when it first happened, when someone got killed in 2016 or something like that, and then he did the Black Lives Matter thing afterwards, and he would like all the black people's names he wrote on his body, because he obviously after time you probably understand that all lives matter.
He did an All Lives Matter thing.
He did, because obviously most people didn't think it.
I get it.
He didn't think
because
it meant
mainstream.
Well, ignorance.
He
didn't think it meant ignorance. So that's why he was every life matters, but ours lives matter too.
Well, on the face of it, I remember on the face of it hearing that and being like, that doesn't sound really controversial at all.
It doesn't.
Yeah. And it's not really.
It's the same thing.
It's a matter of it's like, the orphanage is on fire. We should save the orphans. And it's like, well, everybody else matters.
We just save every child.
Yeah,
why don't we save every child?
And it's like, I understand, but right now the orphanage is on fire.
Let's deal with this problem first.
The problem is,
God, yeah.
Well, the problem is that a lot of the people really kind of a lot of the people engaging in that conversation weren't willing to really communicate in a way that would make sense. It was really just you're saying all lives matter, therefore you're immediately a racist, and you're not just ignorant or maybe just misunderstanding.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
The thing is,
and so it's just a lot of people jumping down each other's throats instead of being like, hey, no, that's 100%. True, but also this is the reason why this statement makes sense. And I think if anybody came to if anybody heard that explanation, I feel like it would make sense to most logical people. Where it's like, it would. That's just not the problem right now.
They're not. No one's saying that entirely to be a person that disregards.
But King Batch is fucking retarded.
Most humans are not saying.
Of course, holy hell.
Yeah, and then what happened was he wrote all the bodies of the black people that died due to police brutality, and people were in the comments like, "Shut your coon ass up."
Do you remember?
Go hang out with some white bitch again. I was reading those comments and laughing my ass off because it was so mean. He was trying to do the right thing, and everybody was just tearing him.
But it was already too late, man. It was already too late.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about King Batch is that is he dead?
I hope so.
No, he's just off doing coonery somewhere else.
Oh my god!
Him and the charcuterie.
Last time I saw him, I think he appeared on like MTV.
He was in a Drake video.
He was like ridiculous and what was that other Wild and Out? Like I think he was having sex with Nick Cannon or something.
He was fucking Nick Cannon raw, Wild and Out.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, he loves his love, but I was like, I don't want to watch.
Did you guys see that Nick Cannon show where it's like who wants me to get them pregnant or something, and it's like a real show? I'm not even fucking kidding. He's got a show
to build the army or some shit, dog.
He's got a show where it's like he's got a show called like Who Wants to Be My Baby or something like that. I don't remember what the fuck.
Oh, like a reality show, like The Flavor of Love or something.
Yeah, exactly. except the prize is you get to be impregnated by Nick Cannon, which is fucking crazy.
He's got some powerful sperm, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
he's got some shooters. He got some shooters. In the
he's literally just building a small militia.
Yeah.
Isn't
he like a 5% or something now? Isn't he like need to go deep down like the militant Muslim shit? If I remember correctly.
Please don't disrespect. Please don't disrespect my religion.
Like wild shit.
Please don't disrespect my religion first and foremost.
Yeah, sure.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you think?
I got some people that will come see you, Derek. Keep talking. I got some people that will come look for you, bro.
Can you? Do you guys think in 500 years, 5% of all human beings will be related to Nick Cannon in some way?
That's
probably
crazy.
Kind of the way that Genghis Khan, like it'll
more
be
than
like
Genghis
very
Khan.
similar.
Genghis Khan was child's play. Genghis Khan was child's play. This is real.
That's crazy. I hate the idea of that. I hate the idea of people being related to me in the first place. But like, especially like having that many. He's like, dang.
Yeah,
Nick Cannon was out here fucking that many women. He has like what, like 10 kids now?
I don't know. I don't
something stupid.
I
don't know.
Who cares about Nick Cannon?
I care that he has too many fucking spawns, man.
Yeah, it's too many.
Nick
Cannons
Cannon has been
around.
a blight. He was an absolute blight.
He's like the fucking flood. He's propagating it just
his music was so bad, bro. Well, I don't think it was that bad because in that era of time there was a lot of horrible music. That
it was bad.
Was good.
He's only done one thing decent to me, and I saw Drumline and I remember liking it, but I never watched it again. But I remember it being an okay movie.
Drumline
I remember hearing
good.
about it.
Yeah. Now there's like Miles Teller in the other movie that replaced it, so
who's Miles Teller again?
He's
Fantastic Four,
right?
Yeah, Fantastic.
in Fantastic.
Jesus Christ, what's that movie called? Whiplash, right? Whiplash.
He is in Whiplash as well. Yes.
With fucking wait, you got two Marvel characters in that fucking movie. Yeah, with Just Kidding Simmons. That's crazy.
Just Kidding Simmons. Shut the fuck up.
That's his real fucking name.
His name is Justin Kidding Simmons.
It's Just Kidding Simmons.
I'm not even. Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah.
His name is like James.
And did you
Kennedy
know?
Simmons
Did you know Michael B. Jordan's name is Michael Basketball Jordan?
Classic. I love Michael Basketball Jordan. Crazy that Michael Basketball Jordan is the Michael Jordan that doesn't play basketball. It's always been so fucking crazy to me.
That's nuts. Even though they're like 25 years apart in age.
It's just weird that Michael Basketball Jordan doesn't play basketball and Michael Jordan plays basketball. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. What a wild coincidence.
Jordan is hilarious.
That's not. We're not calling him that. That's his name.
That's his name.
That's who he is. I'm not calling him that.
I don't understand when I tell people.
If I met him, I would say, "Oh my God, Michael Basketball Jordan." I'm a massive. Well, I'm a decent fan. I wouldn't say I'm a massive
massive basketball fan.
I love
you as
the Human Torch.
Yeah, you were really good. I like you. I can't place you exactly, but I know I like you. I don't know what you've been in exactly, but like you seem nice.
I actually do want to talk to him. I do want to, Mr. Basketball. I want to talk to him because of that project, that show we worked on, where he was obviously like up there, and I just want to be like, do you remember that shit? And I want to be like, did you feel like, damn, I deserve way better than just stealing some bitch's purse? Bro, like
it's the come up, it's the journeyman,
Yeah, but he was
already, journey.
He had some lines when he was younger, like say in The Wire, for example, and then he just like was some dirty nigga, fucking in his 20s.
It reminds me of Jonathan Banks, who he plays Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, like that guy, the old bald guy.
Mm-hmm.
His first acting credential is in some fucking PSA about women's periods. and it's like
that's awesome.
And it's like him as like a 15-year-old kid, and he goes like, "What's the cycle?" or whatever, and it's like he still sounds like
the same.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Jonathan Banks, Mike from Breaking Bad.
You're lying. How long ago was that?
Does he have a gun too?
Fucking
was
60s maybe? Like Jesus Christ, it's ancient.
It's gotta be fucking forever ago. He's like,
hold on, let me look up. Let me look
Mike
up.
Mike is the only character in that series that I actually really like.
Everyone likes him.
Him and Saul are the only characters in that universe that I actually like. Everybody else I can't fucking stand.
Jonathan. Yeah, here it is.
You don't like Gomi?
No.
You don't like Gomi?
Listen,
this shit's fucking crazy, man. It kicks like a fucking.
Jonathan Banks of Breaking Bad appears. Okay, so it's 70s.
Okay.
Appears in 70s period PSA menstruation film, and it's so nuts. Because he's bowling with this girl on like an awkward first date, and he goes like, "What's that mean? What does it mean to bleed?" or like something. Like I don't know. It's really, but he sounds the same. That's what's nuts.
That's fucking awesome.
It's like, what do you mean you're bleeding from your little pussy there? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Get out of here! I gotta go.
Get out of here!
If you kept all your blood in your fucking pussy, we wouldn't be going through this. But when your greed and your avarice, you kept bleeding.
And your greed.
You always want more. You always want more, don't you?
Greed and your that was such a good quote, because I was just like, damn, that's the only person that ever told Walter in a way where he isn't able to squirm and wiggle about how much of a shitty dude you are, man.
We had a good thing going.
We had a good. That show pisses me off so much because like he's so brilliant, but then just astronomically retarded at the same time.
Who, Walter?
Yes.
The whole time he's flying by the seat of his pants.
But
that's the thing. He thinks he's not. That's the thing. He thinks he's not because he thinks he's smart than everybody in the room. But he's not smart than everybody in the room.
He's like socially extremely autistic to the point where like people they blame it on his ego. But I'm like, bro, even I don't know anyone's ego that's that, like I don't even think Hitler's ego is that out of control to the point where like say let's just say this real quick. Hank thinks, oh, Gale is Heisenberg. It's over. Case closed. This nigga's ego is so out of control. He's like, you know what, nigga? I want you to reopen this case. Nah, I think he's just copying somebody's work. It's probably somebody who's bald.
That
and
was
has a goatee.
So crazy. That was such a wild part of the. By the way, light spoilers for Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think people would have.
You should have seen it by now. It's a fucking incredible show.
How do you not know Heisenberg is Walter White at this point in American history?
I mean finding out the Gale and all that stuff. But like, dude, that show, it's so weird because like I remember finishing Breaking Bad and being like, God damn, that was such a good show, but it's so slow that I could never watch it again. And I have watched it so many times since, and it's gotten better every time I've watched it.
Yeah, I watched it again.
It's so fucking good, and so much of it is funnier than I remember it being. Like not even like accidentally, but like just the first season of that show is hilarious, and the second season is really funny too.
And why are you blue?
Why are you blue?
It had me crying when
It's so good.
It's a fantastic
the one
show.
thing is the one thing that I liked, not liked, that's the wrong word. I am so much more comfortable the second time around with Skyler's role. Because you
oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I understood it the first time, but it still was
everybody
nagging.
Everybody who hates Skyler from Breaking Bad has clearly only ever seen it once and has not thought about it really all that much.
Right.
Everyone that hates Skyler has never been in a situation where someone they love is doing something that's terrible.
Well, that's like astronomically terrible.
And by the way, that's
like
not.
terrible.
And by the way, that's not to say that she doesn't also suck. But in the grand scheme of like everybody
she
in that
sucks
show,
much less.
she sucks significantly less than most of the other characters. Like Walt Jr. sucks more than fucking Skyler. Like,
no, he doesn't. No, he
Walt
doesn't.
Jr. fucking sucks.
No, he doesn't. Walt Jr. is a dick. No, Walt Jr. is a dick because of Walter being a dickhead. It's Walter's genes inside of Walt Jr. is why he sucks so hard.
Fuck
That's
you,
just
Dad.
Walter.
You black piece of shit. Fuck
Dad,
you.
why do you keep going to that black guy? He's black.
Wasn't that something? Did we not improv that before? Did we,
No. We were making fun of the fact that people don't know their genders. Like, how do you not know what you are? You're it.
That's right. It was Walt Jr. It was Walt Jr. being completely unsympathetic to people with like gender dysphoria. It's like, how do you not know what you are?
You're it.
That is so funny.
You know what's
You
fucked?
actually
You know what's funny? Dude, you know what's funny about that is like I remember doing that me and Kingston were doing that like in our apartment when we lived together, and I think we actually said this to each other. We said, "That's so funny. We'll never tell that to anybody because it's so offensive." And then it just can't. Look, listen, whatever.
Let's go.
Walt Jr. being a complete first and foremost asshole bigot is. I feel like he's gonna be. He's already on his way to being Wasn't another part of that whole improv session we were doing that like the reason Walter White is bad in the first place is because of Walt Jr. and because of what a disrespectful little shit he is. The breaking is Walter White and Junior's the bad.
So stupid.
If you want me to love you, Dad, sell meth.
Sell meth and get me a car.
What's
and
the
get
big
cancer.
Deal? We're broke, Dad.
I understand that this is dancing on a
This is awesome.
I don't care.
You understand that this is
anymore.
awesome.
I'm done. I'm done being respectful. I'm
Look,
done.
man,
I'm over it.
Here, let me. I just want to say something real quick before we go forward. Okay. I think it's more disrespectful to dance around this shit as if they're like not people.
I think so too.
They're not.
All right, let's relax.
What do you mean?
He's been spending too much time around his.
You're one to talk. 3/5.
He's so bigoted, it's crazy.
I may not be able to. Yo, I got a crazy one.
We never get a glimpse of it because he's so crippled that we're just thinking like, oh my god, this poor kid. And meanwhile, he's on incel forums talking about how Elliot Rodger did a good thing. But you don't see that. That whole Walter. Do you remember when he was doing that fucking fundraiser?
Yeah,
he was actually like also like trying to embezzle some of that money into like fucking I don't know incel fucking.
Yeah, he was. He was funny.
I may not be able to walk far, but your dad's in prison. The shit like that is like whoa.
You
My dad's not in prison.
Dad,
give him a year.
Let's move on. I don't know what we should. I don't know. Should we
go to questions? We gotta go to questions.
Yeah, let's go to questions. What a fucking outrageous fucking episode. By the way, before we move on to questions, we're gonna do a little bit of a break. But I do want to point out we got a really fucking fun extra ammo episode in the docket right now on Patreon right now. I can't even express to you how much fun I specifically had. I don't care about these other people, but I had so much fun writing Independence Day 2 with these guys. And if you want to give that a shot, give that a listen. I promise you won't regret it. Pop on over to patreon.com/thesnarktank and all that.
You
bullshit.
really like it.
Immediately goes backwards. I tried to save us.
I just want to piggyback real quick on that.
Okay.
I was brushing my teeth last night, and I started laughing randomly because I was remembering Uncle Phil smiling.
Dude, we can't. No. We can't. We can't spoil it. Go over to the Patreon and check it out.
Stupid.
We had so much fun. Anyway,
just like in there, just floating.
All right.
No,
leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm not gonna say anything else. I think just saying.
Yeah. We'll be right back. We're gonna hear a message from our sponsors, and then we're gonna do some questions. For just $14 a day, you can get your name carved into Steve Buscemi's leg. Donate to carveyournameintoSteveBuscemi'sleg.org and support a worthy cause. Steve Buscemi. Fuck that guy. I think he killed Natalie Portman or something on a boat. I can't remember. Whatever. That was Christopher Walken.
That was Christopher Walken. That's right.
Like in real life?
Well,
I'm like in a movie.
It's like a theory. I don't remember specifically who it was, or like who, but like there's a big theory going around that like at some point in the past there's like some celebrity that got pushed off a boat and died, and Christopher Walken knows about it or is responsible for it somehow. It's never been proven or whatever, but like I don't know.
Listen, I'm a thespian. I could never
going to
do that.
kill your wife.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw your wife into a submarine and then implode her on impact.
I'll use all the power in my body to make sure your wife dies in pain fast.
Why you
Hi, what's up?
like
My name's Christopher Walken, and I'm going to kill your wife. It's just no impression at all.
Your
Hey,
accent,
what's up?
you
That's how he
lying.
entered. That's how he entered
Your
the room.
accent's
Hey, what's
lie.
up? Whoa.
Christopher Walken.
Fuck up, Junior.
Oh, Natalie Wood.
Wood, that's it.
Natalie
Is that
Wood.
James Wood's wife?
I hope
No,
so.
that's Robert Wagner's wife.
Who the fuck is this?
Jesse, little.
These are old. This is pissant. That's such a villainous
That's so
insult.
gross.
Like nobody but a villain calls another person a pissant. That's so nuts. Holy fuck.
Dude, you know what I would love to do?
No,
of us
you
to
haven't told us yet. What do you mean?
That's very true. Maybe for another extra. we write our own alternate universe Breaking Bad.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah,
That'd be fucking awesome.
that would be great. Yeah,
We can actually finally have our racist Walt Jr. That'd be fucking great.
oh,
Walt
dude,
Jr.
it'd
going
be so
off.
perfect.
Going off, saying anything you think of. He never says slurs though, but he says shit that
No.
makes you
Yeah,
wish he said slurs.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's like a prime example of like he's never said slurs, but he like donates to Stormfront, and he's like he believes all this horrible shit, but he's never said a slur, and people respect him because he's never said a slur, and that's it. But
I would
there's
never
like,
say something like that.
but then his friend who's like donated to LGBT causes, he said like the F slur like in 2009 on a Call of Duty match, and his whole career is fucked.
And Walter's definitely like snitched him out.
Yeah.
He definitely snitched him out.
I
He was
like your bald head, Dad.
All right, let's move on.
Like, yeah, I guess skinhead. Okay, go ahead.
It's getting fucking ridiculous. The Satanic Hispanic wrote in. He says, after school, we got to play outside while waiting for the bus. One day I strained my ankle playing football. I went to go rest on the benches at the bottom of the hill. However, my brother and his friend came, and I thought they were checking on me. Lo and behold, they started beating my ankle with these thick, not exactly logs, but bigger than sticks, pieces of tree. I love pieces of tree as a sentence. Anyways, after they were satisfied, I got to climb the stairs and hobble over to my bus to go home. Any stories about playground betrayal?
That's very specific.
It was very specific. but I love the concept of it.
Nowhere near to the same degree. I've definitely like been, I don't know.
I've never been beat.
Yeah.
I have a very I think about this every once in a while because this is the stupidest fucking thing that ever happened to me as far as a kid goes. I got into a fight with this redheaded kid named Justin. Shout out if I don't know where the fuck that guy is. But naturally in elementary school we were obsessed with Mortal Kombat. So all we would do is do like stupid ass martial arts things. I don't remember why we got into an argument, but instead of fighting like normal kids fight, like tussling and probably trying to hit each other, it looks dumb. We were kicking the shit out of each other. Literally just nothing but kicks. And it was to the point where we both became self-aware and we just started laughing because of how fucking stupid it was. Because it was just like, we're, I don't know, 10 years old. I don't know how fucking old it was.
It's almost like the camera gets like knocked out of your head and then you get to see what you're doing. It's like a dream camera almost.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It was so goddamn stupid.
That's so. I remember specifically this isn't Playground Betrayal exactly, but I remember like this kid that I used to go to the playground with, and I would see him there all the time. He was a complete fucking dick, and nobody liked him, and he was just an asshole for no reason. Like there was like maybe one other kid who liked him or whatever, and for some reason he would just make everybody his problem, and we were in line to use this like slide. There was like this playground that we went to that had like this really big, like really cool fucking slide, and we were like single file kind of like waiting, and I was behind him, and I was like, I had this moment of like, man, fuck this guy, and then I kicked him down the slide. Let's go. Head first, but I didn't want to be blamed for it, and this is a long time ago, all right? So like, I understand that this is going to be hard to believe a little bit, but I used to be like really fucking stupid agile. Like I was really, really fucking good at like moving, and I was like, I had the thought to myself where it's like, if I can kick this guy down this slide, and then kind of twist my way under the bars, I can make it look like I wasn't even fucking up there, dude. Like it wasn't even fucking me. And I did it successfully. And he got really mad at me, and then all the other kids like went along with it. Where it's like, no, he didn't do that to you, bro. And he was like, well, who did it? And he was so fucking mad. That was like the last time that was like maybe the second to last time I saw that kid. Because everybody just
killed himself because of you.
I mean, whatever, man. Fuck it.
He was
such a dude. He was such a like. He's the kind of kid who would pants you and then kick you down on the gravel. You know what I mean? Where it's like he was such a dick. Like no one liked him. Like he was such an asshole. But yeah, fuck that guy.
I definitely got in tough. So I lived in the Bronx.
His name was Cody. Fuck you, Cody, if you're listening. I kicked you down that slide. You deserved it.
So I remember there was this one time that I was at this park in Grant. I was at this park by where I used to called Grant Park. It was like a park that got built when I was like very small. So I went there one time after like maybe like fourth grade. It was right before I moved upstate. Well, I moved up to sixth grade, so maybe it's like I went up there. I was fourth grade, and there was this group of kids that were like a little older, and they would always be mean to like. There's always one of them that was like, and of course he was a gay kid. Or he seemed like he was a gay kid. He seemed like we were little, so we don't know exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember he was like pushing one of my friends, and I was like, "Hey, don't push him." And he pushed me, and I think he thought I wouldn't do anything. Because when I was younger, especially when I was in like New York City, I was a very like, "Hey, you gotta defend yourself, kid, or else they're gonna eat you alive" kind of kid. So he pushed me.
Yeah, they'll ravage
you. So I stood up and I hit him. I got soft. Because I moved upstate. If I would have did this upstate, I would have got shot and killed. So I had to pacify myself.
Yeah, they would have been like, what is that thin black deer doing in my yard?
So I hit him. And then he started getting mad. He's going to hit me again. And I hit him again. And I just kept hitting him. And I remember one of my friend's parents told my grandma I did that. I got home. I was like, yeah, I want to fight. I was happy. I got home into an ass whooping. Because he was bullying my friend. I was like, I was trying to help out. I thought that's what honorable people did. That's what I saw Spider-Man do. I got my ass beat. My grandma was like, don't go around
your grandmother treated you like, it was like the church scene in Kingsman, but all directed at you.
Well, no, she was trying to teach me lessons because of the fact that when I was younger, I got bullied. So when you get bullied, if you don't just stay a victim, some people stay getting bullied. Some people, they start overcompensating by just fighting everyone that bothers them.
Yeah.
And I was definitely skewing towards the other side. Because she was like, eventually you're going to fight some kid and they're going to shoot you.
Why did you used to get bullied?
Because I was too nice, genuinely.
Really?
I was too sweet.
You were too nice? That was the problem?
I was too sweet. They'll eat you alive, man. Inner cities, if you're too sweet, if you're the nice kid.
This must have been way before I met him.
Oh, way before you met me. I was already a dick. I was in the Bronx still. So it was years before he met me. I was like maybe like 12. I was so sweet.
I met you and I met you and I remember thinking specifically like this is the kind of guy to like sneak up on someone and cheese grater their back.
Hard, dude. Just slam it and yank it down. Through their jack. I do it through their coat. That's how strong I am, bro.
Like your fucking
coat.
Like you're fucking
slamming it.
It's like you're rock climbing. Like just all your weight.
I was very much so a sweet little kid, and they would just mean me because I was nice. Because I thought that's what you had. I thought you had to be nice. I thought being nice is the way to do it. That's what Disney taught me. That's what comics taught me. That's what Power Rangers taught me. I was like, oh, you gotta be nice. Also, I would cry when I was little. Whenever somebody picked on me, I would cry. And they smelt that on me. And then eventually my cousin was like, yo, if you don't stop being a bitch, I'm gonna beat you up every time you come home. So then those Dominican kids in the Bronx, man, those Dominican and little African kids, they walked into some problems, man. It was funny because one of the kids I fought when I was in like elementary school before I moved, he became like an MS-13 kid, and I went back to the Bronx to visit, and he instantly recognized me. I was like 18, going back home to visit. That's when I was like finally able to like go and do what I wanted to do on my own, really.
Yeah.
So I took the train down to the Bronx, went to visit my dad. Went over to the Bronx, saw a few of my old homies, and I saw him there, fucking face tattoos, bandanas on, and I was like, oh no, this motherfucker gonna kill me.
Damn.
He was actually hella cool. He was like, I was being a dick back then, man. I'm sorry about that. It is nothing personal. Nothing personal. We smoked weed together, actually. Hella cool, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. I was like, I am done. This dude is about his shit. He has more tattoos than I have hair follicles.
Stupid.
All right. All right, let's
story of the story. Don't sell drugs.
Yeah,
or do. It's fine.
Or do.
So Emmett, if you got a fucking Adderall hookup, let me know. Emmett Daly wrote in. He says favorite comic that isn't Marvel or DC. I would say
Marvel.
I would say George Carlin.
For me, it would have to be either. It would be. I love Invincible a lot, but Invincible has some really bad moments. But it is a great comic. I'm a big fan of Spawn. East of West is pretty good as well. The Manhattan Project.
Well, yeah, I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that Spawn is Image, or is it Image? What are they? It is Image, right? Okay.
It was gonna be Marvel, but then McFarlane left, and he was like, I don't want to do anything over there, and he. Also, McFarlane, huge cunt, huge cunt, but
got some dope ass fucking figurines though, man.
That is the only thing I stand by that is as good as he's like his comic, his line work is pretty good. He's really good at drawing line, like the way he draws Spider-Man's webs are amazing. I stand by that, but his fucking toys are insane, bro. His figures are out of this world.
It's if they're not McFarlane, I kind of don't give a shit. I remember I don't know if it was McFarlane or Weta. It was one of the like you know Weta? They used to do like they were like equivalent to McFarlane where like I
might have seen them, but I didn't really hear about them.
Yeah. They were more popular for what they did rather than their name. Like they kind of like undersold their brand name a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I don't read enough comics to really give an answer, but
also, yeah, Watchmen is good as well.
Definitely. I mean, Watchmen's dope shit, but I definitely Spawn. Spawn was my bread and butter. That for a while was shaping my childhood as far as like all my toys. I wanted every Spawn I had for a while. I'm starting to recollect them again. Or just you can find them pretty easily at cons, so that's been pretty nice.
And they're not crazy expensive too anymore. That's
they're not. That's the thing that like I bought like a fucking the original '90s ones in packages for like $20 or less, and I'm like, this is insane to me. I didn't think that was. I guess maybe a lot of people don't want them, and I'm fine with that because I want them. That's and like a lot of them still come with the fucking comics. Like they would come with comics in them and stuff like that. So, and I've kept up with Spawn a little bit. Back like say a few years ago, I know Greg Capullo got involved with Spawn and stuff.
Capullo had the last one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so like I was still kind of, but then it's been a while, dude. I have not. I actually, our power went out, which is rare in Nevada because obviously in the summer, if blackouts happen a while, we would just die. But it went out for a couple hours. And
that's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's why like they're pretty good about keeping their power on. This is the first time it happened to me since I've been here.
I just got a weather notification on my computer. It says 85 degrees Fahrenheit, very high UV. That's fucking. I don't think I've ever seen that.
So put on
that's a regular thing here.
I have never seen that notification though. Like I've seen like, oh, it's fucking hot.
Are there solar flares?
Maybe.
Extra cancer.
I think there's solar flares happening.
Stepping outside.
Solar storm
That's
happening.
the only thing that worries me because I'm like, how do you can't predict like a massive one, can you? And then like
I just don't know.
EMP fucks us, and then we all go back to being fucking monkeys and shit.
Good.
We could predict one of those, and we would see it probably. You know,
like the one,
like one of those ones, we'd probably be like, "Yo,
like
look at that!"
Big, it just fries everything.
Oh, why does the sun look like it's got a hair in it?
That would be so fucking scary to see, bro. That'd be so scary to see. Did I tell you about this on the podcast that like there's whenever the moon, like, because right now it's like massive right now looking at it from where I'm at, and I'm always like, there's a thought in the back of my head that I'm just gonna stare at it too long, and then it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger,
like
and like
fucking Majora's Mask.
Like,
it's gonna have a fucking face on it,
and you can't do anything about it. What are you gonna do?
Have you ever
you
thought
gotta hope
about
a superhero shows up? You gotta hope a super being shows up.
Right.
You know how the sun is the moon. The light of the moon is
the sun
sunlight that's reflected off.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to think, like, when I was, like, really, really little, I was like, I wonder if I could stare at the moon for so long that I go blind.
No, I've never thought of that.
I remember specifically thinking that, and then immediately, like, I tried it for, like, 10 minutes, and I was like, this isn't working.
Yeah, it'd be more chances using a fucking
Dude, the amount of things you do, when you are bored out of your mind is staggering. Like, I had, like, just nothing to do. And I was like, I guess I'll stare at the moon and try to hurt myself.
And you know what I really wanted to do? I always wanted to stare at a clock until I could visibly see it move.
A clock?
Like,
what do you
just
mean?
Look at a clock until I actually notice the hour
so you can see the hour hand move.
Yeah.
That takes too much discipline. Because I've thought about that, too. I thought about
do that
that
before.
I want to actually pay attention to the hour hand
look at the moon move throughout the sky. Like, sit down, look at the sky, and watch the moon move throughout.
It's hard, man. You
like
just gotta have.
I have actually done that.
I've never done that.
At least you need. So at least for the sun and stuff like that, and the moon, particularly. What? No, not the moon. The sun. I know the sun. You just need roughly like around 8 minutes to really focus. But that's too hard to just focus 8 minutes at a time. You can't lock in unless you have camera footage and then you slow it down. That's the only way you can really notice it. Otherwise, you'll
or you speed it up. Specifically,
that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant speed it up. But hey, when he go ahead. I don't want to. We don't need to.
Okay, so yes. Well, I guess that's it. Let's move on. Michael wrote in. He says, "You're tasked with pulling an Elon Musk, taking ownership of a social media platform and ruining it for no real reason. Which website would you choose to ruin, and how would you do it?"
Google. Everything's porn. Everything you Google's porn. You can't Google anything that's not pornography. That shouldn't be. It'd be up in flames in 20 minutes.
I think it would actually be better.
Porn.
I think it might get more traffic, bro. It's just even easier to find porn now.
Cat porn comes. Dog, fucking the shit that like you look up. I'm having serious pains in my back. I think I hurt myself. What should I do? Porn.
Some chick just getting her back blown out.
Broken.
I actually like that. That's funny.
That is good.
You gotta ruin Facebook, bro.
Is it even possible? I feel like Facebook's already ruined.
Well, it is so. Yeah,
it is not ruined. It's just that's not where we are. That's it. Facebook has so much traffic.
I know there's so many people on there.
Facebook, dude.
But it just seems like it's like 45-year-olds and above, and then not Americans. That's what it seems like. Who's on Facebook?
Yeah, all my Jamaican ass family members are on Facebook. My sister uses it too, and I'm like, you're old, Tiffany. Why are you on Facebook?
I don't get it, because I'm like, none of my homies are on Facebook, but I do see, whenever I log on every once in a while, there's these massive, insanely viral posts that they're always shoving in my face, and I'm like, who's doing this? Who's liking this shit? I just feel, it's one of those things where you feel kind of a little bit, I guess, in your own bubble.
I remember seeing a lot of like my content freebooted on Facebook for a long time. Like I remember seeing that. That was like a common thing where it's like people would be like, they would tag me. They'd be like, "Oh, this is Chris Reagan," and I'm like, "Oh, cool. It's nice to see that this video has 17 million views on fucking Facebook, and I'm not seeing a single cent of that. That's dope."
I have.
Where are my reparations, huh?
Oh my god!
What the fuck? What the?
Okay.
I'm asking a serious question. What the fuck? That's 17 million views, dude.
You're a little.
17 million views.
You're a little too active, Chris. You gotta calm down.
Look, man. I could have at least
got
like
you can
a soda.
Actually, I will say, you can. You saying that actually reminded me that I need to apply for monetization for Facebook because I just never think about it. And the only reason I thought about it once before, I was monetized on Instagram for a while, and that shit was fucking dope. Like,
wow.
I would just do nothing. I would do fucking nothing. Upload just a couple of dumbass things, and I would get like a few $100. And then they just stopped. And then when I took it seriously for the first time, because like I started getting like millions of views on my reels, and so I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get these fat payouts." Then they're like, "Oh, we're stopping the program on." I was like, "Are you for a year? For a year, I had monetization, and then literally on the last month, I'm like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get the fattest fucking payout," and they're like, "We're not doing it anymore." I was so pissed off, bro.
You can never rely on social media to pay you when you need it.
Real shit.
It'll always fuck you over somehow. You'll be like, yo, I needed that. I have German assassins after me. I really needed that money. You're killing me. I'm gonna die.
I would take. Yeah. See, what I would do is I would take OnlyFans, right? And I wouldn't change much about it. But what I would do is, in order for you to view anything on OnlyFans, you would have to turn your webcam on, and you would have to, and we would have
to interact,
and we would have the direct, and we would have the direct right to record you, and you couldn't say no if you covered the camera, like you're booted off. We'll use like facial recognition software to make sure that you're there in person, watching, and then we're going to record you and then archive all those recordings for future use. And we'll even put that in bold text in the fucking, what do you call, terms of service. So that way, like, it's obvious, and people are going to click through that anyway because if you're on OnlyFans in the first place, you're clearly ravenously horny. You're clearly like you're possessed. At that point, it's like fucking Liquid's arm on fucking Ocelot, where you're just like
it's taking over. They put Liquid's arm on. The fact that they put the most evil nigga's arm ever on the biggest pussy ever is why they do that.
Ocelot's not a pussy. What are you talking about?
Sorry, not Ocelot. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Otacon. My apologies. Yes.
Otacon.
Otacon would have been taken over in 20 minutes.
Ocelot's like fucking 15 steps ahead, man. Like, Ocelot's awesome.
He's like, playing with his gun.
I love that fucking. Did I ever show you that video, that really quick edit of what is it? It's
liquid.
Yeah. It's some stupid meme where it's like me sneaking Coke, or me sneaking my own bottle of water through the airport, and it's like it's Snake crawling on the ground screaming liquid at Ocelot, and he's like running away laughing. So stupid.
It turns on and runs off.
Yeah, because they cut out the silence between each ha, so it's like it's all fucked up. But anyway, yeah, I would fuck OnlyFans in that way because I would love that, dude. If you had to just stare at yourself while you watched all that stuff.
I want to piggyback on that by having me ruining Facebook is just going to be Facebook redirecting to OnlyFans. And then it's just then it just has to. Crazy. That's all it is. Everyone's going to be
cycle
every time. You're like, I just want to see what my grandmother posted about this week. Why am I back here?
Or I would take Twitter as it is, and I would make anonymity illegal, and your profile picture has to be a picture of you spread eagle.
Yeah, it has to be.
Just has to be. Like, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. And if you don't do it, if you don't do it, you know how like the original profile picture, like for default, was like the egg or whatever. It was like the unhatched egg. It would be an AI generated photo of you spread eagle, and it would find you. It would find you. And so it might as well be actually you as opposed to like the fictionalized fucking AI version of you that we're gonna fucking plaster all over your profile.
I was thinking about AI, and I do want to retract my thing and say that I would rather to help out Zuckerberg's endeavor. Facebook would just be Elon Musk in his office, AI generated, just torturing animals, and so that's.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You log on Facebook and it just looks like he's just fucking kicking dogs and shit.
Pronging a fucking cat and it's screaming at the top of his lungs. Elon's laughing.
All right. So this is a pretty obvious. I feel like this question. I feel like this next question is really obvious, but maybe that's just. I don't know. We'll see. Monday left me stroking. Tuesday I was through with groping. Wednesday my aching balls were broken. Thursday waiting for cum. Wrote in.
Whoa.
And he says, "Would you rather be able to pause time or rewind it?"
Rewind it.
Obviously.
Rewind
what the fuck
it.
is pausing time? Like what the pausing time? Like what?
Yeah, if I shoot someone in the face, what happens?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, first of all,
you pause the explosion, you look at it, you really look at it, you're like, I did good.
Whoa.
So I guess you can kind of run away and unpause it.
Whoa. Whoa. So that's what an eye looks like, huh?
Well, that shit pop. That's cool. Yo.
I'm sorry, Grandma.
I'm sorry, Grandma. You shot your grandma.
Oh, by the way, I can't believe we didn't bring this up. Fucking Paul Rubens, fucking Pee Wee Herman's dead.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
Oh. Holy shit. Ew, I don't like the way you laugh. You laugh like a fucking... You laugh like a...
I know!
You laugh like an Amazon Alexa. Oh, man. All right.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Yo, honestly, dude, we were really unfair to that guy. Like in retrospect, the amount of people who have like been like, "Hey, I'm Harvey Weinstein, and I'm gonna fuck your child so that I can put it in a fucking movie," and then meanwhile, like in the '90s, we were like, "What does Paul Rubin think he's doing, jerking off in a porno theater?"
Yeah,
like in comparison, dude, it's crazy.
He wasn't doing. He didn't hurt himself. He wasn't bothering anybody. He went somewhere. He paid money to do at that place that they're supposed to do.
Well, see, that's the problem.
That's what that's for.
See, you're not. So here's the thing. This is the stupidest fucking thing ever to me. You're not supposed to jack off in those theaters. But why the fuck?
What are you doing? Yeah, it's like look. Under no circumstances would I ever be caught dead masturbating in a porno movie theater. No way in hell would I even think to even go to one of these places in the first place. But what purpose does a porno theater have if not
than that?
Explicitly for that? Who the fuck is sitting there? I love the idea of somebody complaining, like going to management. It's like, excuse me, someone's masturbating in the porno theater. Like the idea that was like a complaint that someone had.
To be fair,
with a flashlight, some dude with a flashlight going.
Are you masturbating?
No, to be fair, was Paul Rubin just like lightly masturbating, or was he in character?
Was he thrashing? Was he thrashing?
That's gonna be a loogie. Kingston's gone. By the way, Kingston walked away. He's like,
he's gone. Like the cops were like, "Bro, if you would have just beat off subtly, nobody would have said shit."
I just love the idea of like.
That's how well, that was underwhelming. Uh-oh.
How am I gonna clean all this up? He like comes in some guy's hair.
Like he's got a good fucking shot. He hits some motherfucker.
It hits him. It hits him in the head so far that so much that he goes.
Like it. He thought he got assaulted. The fuck?
It's like it would be like getting hit with a basketball point blank. It's like that much force, that much PSI is built up in his semen. Hey, what's up?
Sorry, not.
I had to take a moment. To myself after hearing.
Looks like I came all over the floor. This is so disrespectful. I'm sorry. I do dude. Pee Wee Herman. Look, Pee Wee Herman was a very, very, he's very, that show on Adult Swim specifically. Like when I would watch that show on Adult Swim and be like fucking mesmerized. I really loved that movie too. I haven't seen it since like I was a child, but I remember
The Big
really
Adventure
that movie. Yeah, I remember specifically that truck driver scene scaring the shit out of me when I was like a kid, but. Yeah, so I mean, anyway.
Rest in peace, Paul Rubin.
Yeah, rest in peace.
He's entertained so many motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, he didn't deserve.
I feel like Pee Wee Herman was the basis of SpongeBob.
I think so too.
SpongeBob
Honestly,
is so much like Pee Wee Herman.
That nigga kind of looks like him too. The what's his name? The voice actor?
Oh, Tom Kenny.
Yeah, Tom Kenny kind of like has.
He does kind of look like him
a little bit.
The idea of Pee Wee Herman coming hard enough to knock people down is crazy. Then knock motherfuckers over, dude. He hits you in the back of your head, and your head starts to bleed. Starts falling.
It's like listening to the atomic bomb in fucking Oppenheimer in IMAX. It fucking shakes your body to the core. Getting hit with that.
Sorry,
Not. I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean to come all over you. Just kidding. All right, let's move on.
I think he's just pelting you with
there's a fucking police chase too. The police are chasing him down. He comes on the floor and they slip.
No, he comes.
Try again.
It's like a fucking oil slick, like it's twisted metal. What the fuck? We gotta move on.
He comes on the floor, and then a police officer twists his ankle because there's a dent in the floor. He takes a step in and rolls his shit.
Officer down.
Looks like I got another officer.
Pig.
Pig.
Oh my god!
I'm fucking sweating, bro.
The thought of Pee Wee Herman fucking shouting "pig" at a police officer is fucking amazing.
I'm fucking sweating, dude.
I'm sweating too. Holy fuck! There's a heat wave. All right, let's move on. Oh wow! I got fucking dizzy. We'll end with this. Actually.
What do we got? We good or
calls them?
There's just a couple. I'm trying to make sure, like,
okay,
because I want to do like maybe two more max.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Hayden Spring wrote in. He says, "Hello, Snark Boys. What's the dumbest thing you've spent a large amount of money on?" Fucking rent.
Not a bad question.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly. This might take some digging.
Pizza rolls?
That's insane. I think I know.
Really dumb.
I do think I know. It's not dumb. I love it, but objectively speaking, probably a really dumb purchase. When I bought my white Gibson, or not my white Gibson, my white Epiphone Les Paul, I love that guitar. Yeah. I would never get rid of it. But at that point, I had owned so many guitars already, and I was nowhere near being like a proficient or professional musician at all. Yeah. So like having by the time I got that guitar, I had already had way too many guitars for the amount of success that I had with music stuff at all. Like, it made no fucking sense. It was like maybe like $600, so it wasn't crazy, but like, I don't know. It seems kind of like over. I think about that specifically because today I was looking up on OfferUp because I want an electric guitar, but I don't want to go home and get it because that's like an insane amount of money to spend just to get my guitar.
Just to get your guitar.
It'd be like a $900 fucking plane ticket. And then it's like, okay, so I've been looking for like just cheaper guitars on OfferUp, but yeah, I don't know. That's the one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I only in the similar vein, I guess, because I just overpaid for a car, only because
cars.
Yeah,
oh.
I just I overpaid because this was just a never again lesson learned type of thing, and it's also this guy. I hope he's dead or something. Because I just trusted the guy. There was nothing
Never trust the guy.
His car. Yeah, the car was salvaged. Now it ran all right. It ran fine.
Salvaged.
But the thing is, since it was like basically when it has a salvaged on the title, it's worth infinitely less. And so basically, I paid like
dug
twice.
That car at a District 9. That's fucking crazy.
So it probably got into
water,
probably got into an accident at some point, and then they just fucking makeshift. It looked beautiful. It was a Toyota Celica. It was a 2000 Toyota Celica, which Celicas are my favorite car. They discontinued them in 2006, and it pisses me off because But anyway, so yeah, I wanted one. I got one. I probably paid twice what I should have paid because it happened to be salvage. And so when I was ready to sell mine, I'm not a piece of shit, so I sold it salvage, and I fucking... Basically, it was just... I was like, well, lesson learned. I just assumed that he seemed like a normal fucking guy, and he didn't seem like he was trying to pull any tricks, but he got my money. He got my fucking money, and I hope he's fucking dead. I really hope somebody killed him, but, you know, it is what it is.
When I look back, I realize I have no stupid purchases. I only make smart purchases with my money.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
So my lightsabers, all my Digimon cards, my vast amount of books that I haven't read, tons of comic books, this piece of shit, this fucking, this piece of shit.
The fuck is that shit? What is that?
It's a freaking holocron.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
This piece of shit, what else? The obnoxious amount of stuff I just bought for my computer. I spend money so stupidly all the time that I just kind of try to not pay attention to it. Or else I'll just be like, fuck,
yeah,
man.
That's really smart, yeah.
It's really not. It's really not.
I know.
That's why I only have control of my debit card for maybe one day a month before Lily takes it away.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
crazy.
She's like, you can't have this because I know you'll make bad decisions. And she's right. And she's...
Well, don't you shut the fuck up. You have plenty of money. Let me blow mine.
All right, I just want to acknowledge also.
Yeah, and then you siphon hers, bruh.
I want to acknowledge Big Ugly Jordan wrote a really good question, but it was basically the same. Jordan. It was basically the same question that we answered earlier about the what company we would fucking completely run into the ground. We acknowledge you, Big Ugly Jordan. You're a new name, so I wanted to call special attention to you. But we did answer your question.
Shout out, Big Ugly nigga.
All right, let's relax. But
Jordan might be a female too, so You know,
okay.
big ugly broad.
That's true.
You like that? You like that?
All right, last question. ADH Deviant wrote in, and he says, "Hello, Dirk, Cruss, and Tungsten. If you woke up one day and you were gay, how would this affect your life?" I love this question because let me tell you something. Infinitely better than whatever is going on right now. My life would be so amazing if I were gay. And it's not even a fucking contest.
The biggest facts.
Yeah, it's just straight up. Like I'd be brimming with fucking happiness every fucking day probably.
Bro, I would get on Grindr first fucking second I woke up.
Dude,
like, yo.
immediately. Yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost,
the dating experience is gonna be so fun. We both high five each other, like, "Hey, I'm horny, you're horny. Like, what's good? None of these games. I don't have to fucking buy you dinner and shit. Like, we're just gonna meet up in the like fucking just 69 or something. Like, let's go."
Yeah, and I don't have to explain. Like, I don't have to explain Destiny to you. You know, like you get it. You're like it'd be like I don't know, man. It seems like a perfect reality, quite frankly.
Right.
But Kingston's life would be in shambles because his relationship would fall apart.
Yeah, I'm in a heterosexual relationship right now, so that'd be really crazy if I woke up gay.
I'll be honest.
Can I not tell her?
You wouldn't tell her?
Can I ask you an honest question?
Right.
I want you to answer this honestly. If you woke up one day and some wizard came to your door and like hit you in the head with a staff and he was like, you're gay now, and then he disappeared and he disappeared like in front of you, so you know he's real, and you understood just intrinsically like, fuck, I'm gay, would you just pretend not to be for the foreseeable future?
No, I wouldn't put it. I would tell the truth.
How do you think her reaction would be?
She wouldn't believe me at first. I'm like, nah, I'm as gay as the day is long.
I swear to you, honey. I swear to you, honey, this wizard came to my fucking door and gayed me. So like now
me.
He blinded me with he doused me with gay, and now that's what I am.
A quick little gay dousing. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I don't think JoJo would be surprised at all. Like, I think there's too many gay jokes in our relationships where she'd be like, "Oh," like, but then I would say, "No, it literally just happened. All of that stuff was jokes, but I literally am gay now." And then she probably wouldn't believe me. Be like, "Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. We can still be cool." But yeah, you know, you go get your dick. I think she would be okay with me like exploring penis. I feel like, I don't know.
God bless.
I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna be like, can I suck penis? Would you be okay if I start sucking penis?
Would you stay married to her though?
Well, see that it's the weird thing is, so the feeling that I have, like the feeling of like wanting to protect her and all this shit, would that flee? Because now that I want dick, I don't know.
You might be because you might not. What's crazy is the thing is this, right? I don't know if I'd be able to put up with Lily without the romantic parts of her too. You know?
Yeah.
You know, would you be able to like imagine like all she did is like all the part, like you still love her, but like now there's no more romantic shit. So when she annoys you, that's just raw annoying. That's just straight up 100% annoying you, and you're just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Hey guys, I think my doctor's calling. I'm gonna just take this real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. Well we're gonna be bouncing anyway.
Okay.
So Derek's on a phone call, making sure his prostate's all good.
All his prostate cleaning he needs to do.
Yeah, he's got to do a deep clean of his prostate. It's gonna be like
that is outrageous. If someone's like, "Hey," your doctor's like, "Hey, we got to clean out your prostate, and you have to use a man's penis to do it."
Well,
you have to use a man's
take one
penis.
for the team. Anyway. That's going to be it for us today. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of the Snark Tank. Come on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/the Snark Tank, to get your questions read on the show and all that jazz. We got some extra ammos popping up. We're doing them a lot more regularly now, so there's going to be like a nice little bit of stuff for you. And yeah, that's going to be today's little jaunt. It's going to be today's little escapade. You know? How you feel, Kingston? You feel good?
I don't know, man. Hearing about Pee Wee Herman's fucking concussive cum blast really took a lot out of me.
Now, let me ask you an honest question before we go.
What?
Do you think the Walt Jr. impressions and the Pee Wee Herman thing together will cause problems for us?
Probably not. And if so, we'll just do more of them.
That's a good. All right, yeah.
We'll just do more of them. That's it. All right.
All right.
Ready to get this count in? Is this this thing on?
Yeah, I'm gonna read the names now. Ratchet and Clank rift apart. Clank assassinates MLK DLC. Sweeney like my weenie. Cam half gay by decision. The kill is just Jared Leto singing about his inner conflict to be a furry. My Mojo Dojo Gaza house, except it's my bedroom and I can't afford to decorate. Tinfoil Tyrant. King Ray the Stingray Irwin Hunter. Putting blackface on my light bulbs. The newly announced Imagine Dragons concert coming soon to a location near Chris. John Doc Jenkins and the Tism Schism. Bend my dick, come in her snatch. She pippin' on my pippa. Possum, yes, that's my real name. Double dong, E-Day of Gapening. Domination, average clit energy. Tony Cox pro gaper. They should make pedos wear GoPros in prison so you can see what happens to them. I think that would be neat. Star Coffee, Major League Gaze Ball. It's the same sport but with tighter pants. Exposing people with a lactose intolerance of 90 million roentgens of ionizing radiation. My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS, and now my taste in women is ruined. Of course. Yush. Finpen. The Angelic Dungeon Master presents Game of Thrones Special Victims Unit. Craig the Canadian, Richard Fisting, they call me Dick. It's your boy Shawnee D. See you guys when I get another job. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet Baby Gang for life. Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey. Indie Butter Knife on YouTube. Cumped. 3XO in the visage of Sween using his thinking grenades and only getting an idea when he harms someone. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Morning Owlet. Sheeny Die. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Opie, won't you blow me? Island Boys viciously making out while listening to Snark Tank. I'm Matt, I'm Ryan, and I'm Don, and I sexually harass women. Welcome to Super Mega. Guy, Avi, something funny and topical. Going to have my ass pounded later. Kingston, can you give me some advice? I feel gay, fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium tries to get Vegeta to say I swallow cum on stream. Donkerson. Spaceballs the Patron. William Harrington. Dickle Me Elmo. Tell him Steve Dave. A Stupid Lesbian Goth Edition. John Strickland Merckx 1889. Imagine being the guy who runs. I don't even know how to say that fucking word, sorry. Wouldn't that be awesome? The First Church of Keith David featuring Will Smith in his quest to slap every single black comedian. September 11th happened 9 months after I was born and I can only buy weed and alcohol. Pre-Roz, Blake 896. She, her pronouns, but like a boat. Alaskan oil field trash. Texas tater salad. Schnee. Sue Hulk, Nikki Seki, Marcus Penix railgunning Sneeko in the head with his hammer of dong. Lobotomized Jesus presents Indiana Jones and the Cum Jar of Confusion. Every time I come, it sounds like Squidward walking. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek. Just remember, this is the timeline where you're not Spider-Man, Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melphus One, heir to the throne of Haphazard. And as always, King of Haphazard. Goodbye.